Hello students, good morning. In the last videos, we have studied primary pollutants and secondary pollutants and examples for that one. Primary pollutants, we have studied carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. We have studied in the last videos. In these videos, we are going to study some other examples of primary pollutants. The third one, oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of nitrogen, maybe nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide. You take nitrogen oxides of nitrogen. It is also one of the example for primary pollutants. Okay, if nitrogen oxide NO and NO2 are emitted to the atmosphere by human activity, it means that which causes a considerable pollutions. These oxides are produced by the interaction of atmosphere. They produce nitrogen and in their interaction of atmospheric nitrogen NO2 and oxygen, when the combustion of carbonous matter occurs at considerably high temperature exceeding 1000 degree Celsius, it means that these NO and NO2 are emitted to the atmosphere by human activity, which causes considerable pollutions, some of the considerable pollutions, and these oxides are produced by the interaction of atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen. When the combustion of carbonous matter occurs at a considerably high temperature, they're exceeding 1100 degree Celsius. And no doubt about hemoglobin has extraordinary affinity for nitrogen oxide, but luckily atmospheric nitrogen oxide is unable to enter the blood stream to react with the hemoglobin. Okay, and a same you take as HNO3. HNO3 is a nitric acid. When this HNO3 or nitric acid is formed by the combustion of, how it is formed? It is the combustion of nitrogen oxide and dioxide gas. This formed gas comes down from the atmosphere in the form of nitric acid rain. It is in the form of nitric acid rain. This is for oxides of nitrogen. And same come with, this is the third example. And fourth example, you take sulfur oxides. Take sulfur oxides. It is also one of the example for primary pollutants, and this is most harmful gaseous pollutant released into the atmosphere through volcanic. Whatever this sulfur oxide, it is a most harmful gaseous. This is the first point is this is the most harmful gaseous pollutant released into the atmosphere released into the atmosphere through volcanic. This is about a sulfur oxides. It means it is a very poisonous or very harmful gaseous pollutant released when atmosphere through volcanic and natural activities. Natural activity and through combustion of sulfur bearing fuels. How it is formed? Sulfur bearing fuels such as you take coal and oil, and also it is produced and also produced during roasting of during roasting of sulfide ores, sulfide ores, and a part of SO2 gas undergoes photolytic and also catalytic oxidation to give SO3. It gives SO3. When the SO2 gas is undergoes photolytic reaction and catalytic oxidation, it gives SO3. This SO3 changes to the this SO3 it is changes to the H2SO4 when in the presence of SO3 it is changes into the H2SO4 sulfuric acid in the presence of moisture, in the presence of when SO3 it is reacts in the air, the moisture, it turns into sulfuric acid, and this sulfuric acid comes down from the atmosphere in the form of sulfuric acid rain. It is comes down from the atmosphere in the form of sulfuric acid rain. And what it causes? SO2 gas. This SO2 gas actually it irritates the respiratory system. The main cause of this one it irritates the respiratory system of animals and humans, both animals and humans. And take next example for primary pollutant, hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide. It is also one of the example for primary pollutants, and this is the main natural source of hydrogen sulfide or volcanic. The main source of hydrogen sulfide or volcanic activity and anaerobic biological decay of, I have mentioned that anaerobic biological decay of protein matter in stagnant water and swamps. It is the main source of hydrogen sulfide. And also industrial units manufacturing pulps and paper, hydrofluoric acid, etc. also generates considerable amount of hydrogen sulfide. And this H2S gas or hydrogen sulfide is readily oxidized to SO2 gas. And the very large concentration results in paralysis of respiratory center. The main cause of this one is paralysis of the respiratory center, causing breathing to stop and may potentially lead to health. This and other example for it is chlorofluorocarbon. chlorofluorocarbon, CFCs, and it is harmful to the ozone layer. First thing of chlorofluorocarbon is it is very harmful to the ozone layer, we know that one, and emitted from air conditioning unit, refrigerator, etc. These are all examples for primary pollutants. First one is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, sulfur oxides, hydrogen sulfide, chlorofluorocarbons. These are all primary pollutants. They are emitted directly through the sources. This is all about examples of primary pollutants. And next point, and then come to the next point of this chapter is particulates. The next point of this topic is particulates. Particulates means it is just when the teeny particles, it may be a solid or a liquid. The teeny particles of solid or liquid suspended in atmosphere. In atmosphere, or you take in gas, in a gas or in an atmosphere, are called as particulate matters. When the teeny particles of solids, solid, and you take solid or a liquid suspended in a gas or atmosphere. Are called particulate matters. Particulate matter. Okay. This particulates means the tiny particles of solid or liquid suspended in a gas or atmosphere is called as particulate matter. And this also particulate matters are also classified into two types. It's also two types. First one is primary particulates and secondary particulates. Primary particulates and secondary particulates. Same. The particulates which are directly introduced into the atmosphere. If it is introduced directly into the atmosphere, then they are called as primary particulates. The particulates which are directly introduced into the atmosphere, that is named as primary particulates, whereas those which results from chemical reactions, if they are produced from the chemical reactions, such combustions are named as secondary particulates. Primary particulates means it is emitted or it is introduced directly into the atmosphere. There is no any chemical reactions. They are emitted directly into the atmosphere. That are known as primary particulates. And which particulates are emitted through chemical reactions and results from chemical reactions. Such combustions are named as secondary pollutants. And the particulates usually are present in atmosphere, such as atmosphere or metal oxides and metal salts, fly ash, dust, solid, hydrocarbons, etc. And liquid particulates are sulfuric acid and nitric acids. And the odd combustion of particulates with gaseous oxide of sulfur present in the atmosphere constitutes as classical smog. And the principal source of classical smog is the combustion of industrial and household fuels. And one thing you remember that here, when the increased level of fine particles in the air are linked to health hazards such as heart diseases, altered lungs function, and lung cancer. And this is about the particulates. And come to the point, pesticides. Next point is pesticides, and we're already familiar with this one. Pesticides can also contribute to air pollution, and pesticides that are applied to the crop can volatilize and may be blown by winds into nearby areas, and birds can be harmed when the birds are eat these pesticides, or birds can be harmed when they eat insects and worms that have consumed pesticides. A number of studies have shown that pesticides have had harmful effect on growth and reproduction on earthworms, which are in terms consumed by terrestrial vertebrates such as birds and small mammals. This is the pesticides effect. And what is the main source of air pollutants? Come to the point. What is the main source of air pollutants? That are the air pollutants formed in two ways. One is human activity, other one is a natural sources. Two ways air pollution is formed from: human activity and natural sources. It is a source of air pollutants. Sources of air pollutants. In that one, first one you take human activity. First one, human activity. How it is formed? Through human activity, these air pollutants. The first point, you remember that it is a all general concept. It is stationary sources. You take stationary sources means includes smoke from power plants, smoke from power plants, and manufacturing facilities such as factories. These are all produced air pollutants. Smoke from power plants and manufacturing facilities or factories, these are all produced air pollutants, and it is one of the kind of human activity. This is the first point. Stationary sources includes smoke from power plants and manufacturing facilities or factories. And second point, in developing and poor countries. Ours is developing country. India is a developing country. In developing countries and poor countries, the traditional biomass burning is a major source of air pollutants. Keep it in mind. When traditional biomass burning is the major source of air pollutants, and traditional biomass includes wood, crop, crop waste, and dung. These are the these are produced the air pollutants. And this is the second point. And go for third point: sources of air pollutants through human activity. That is mobile sources. Mobile. Mobile sources includes motor vehicle. It is the most important source of air pollutants. Motor vehicles, aircraft, and effect of sound, etc. Effect of sound, etc. These are the sources of pollutants through mobile sources. Take motor vehicles, aircraft, and effect of sounds, etc. This is one of the major source of air pollutants. And come to the point. Next point. Go for next point. Fumes from paints. You take fumes from paints, hairspray, varnishes, aerosol sprays, and other solvents. These are also produced air pollutants. Fumes from paints. Fumes from paints. Take other example for that one. Hairspray. It is also produced air pollutants. Fumes of paints also produce air pollutants. And hairspray also produces air pollutants. And varnishes, aerosol sprays, these are produced. And other solvents also produces air pollutants. And next point, that is, you take you already know that one. Military, such as nuclear weapons, toxic gases, germ warfare, these are all produced air pollutants through military. When they are testing nuclear weapons, these are also produced air pollutants. It is also one of the source of air pollutants. These nuclear weapons. And toxic gaseous germs. Toxic gaseous germs also one of the source of, or it is also produced air pollutants. These are all human activities through whatever we have studied, whatever we have discussed here, all these points, the 4 to 5 points, these are all from human activity. These are all produced air pollutants through human activity. And second one is natural sources. It is from human activity. And second one is from natural sources. Natural sources. And second source is natural sources. And through natural sources, you take first point, how it is formed, how it is air pollutants are formed through natural sources. First one, dust from natural sources. When the dust is formed from natural sources, usually large areas of land with little or no vegetation. or little areas. It is the first point. Dust from natural sources, the air pollutants are formed. And second point is, and the second point through natural sources is smoke and carbon monoxide. Smoke and carbon monoxide. Smoke and carbon monoxide from wildfires. When wildfires are formed, the smoke and carbon monoxide are formed from wildfires. This also produces air pollutants. And third point, volcanic activities. Natural volcanic activity. This volcanic activities also produce sulfur, chlorine, and ash particulates. And take other one, that is methane. You take methane emitted by the digestion of food by animals, example cattle. These are all points. These are all produced air pollutants through naturally. Dust from natural sources, and smoke and carbon monoxide from wildfires, volcanic activities, and methane emitted by the digestion of food by animals. These are all produced air pollutants through natural sources. One is the air pollutants are formed from human activity, and other one is natural sources. These are all general concept. Stationary sources include smoke from power plants, manufacturing facilities, or manufacturing factories. All these are produced air pollutants. And developing countries or traditional biomass burning is the major source of air pollutants. And mobile sources means these motor vehicles, aircrafts, and effect of sounds. These are all produce air pollutants. And fumes from paints, hairspray, varnices, aerosol sprays, and other solvents, and waste deposition in landfills, which generates methane. Methane is not a toxic, however it causes global warming. And military such as nuclear weapons, toxic gases, germs, warfare. These are all air pollutants from human activity. And other one is the natural sources. From natural sources, dust from the natural sources, and smoke and carbon monoxide from wildfires, and volcanic activities. All these are for natural sources. And they may be asked for 2 marks. Write the sources of air pollutants. You may write 2 points from human activities and 2 points from natural sources. This much we have studied in this video. And for the next video, the next week or in the next video, we are going to discuss adverse effect of air pollution. There are 2 types of adverse effect. One is short term effect and other one is long term effect. Short term effect and long term effects we have to study in the next videos. And adverse effect of air pollutants, and then go for water pollutants. Only the last concept, we are coming for last concept for air pollution, that is adverse effects of air pollutions. We are going to discuss in the next videos. In the next video, and then go for water pollutions. And in this topic is a general topic, there is no any reaction anything, it is only general concepts whatever we have studied in the last year or last classes, first year, second year. These are concepts of, basic concepts are there in this chapter, and go for that one. First one is what is meant by air pollution, what is meant by environmental chemistry. And environmental chemistry consists of that environmental consists of atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere. And already we have studied what is meant by air pollution, what is meant by air pollutants, and then what is meant by primary pollutant, the classification of pollutants, so primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. And examples for primary pollutants, we have studied carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogens, sulfur oxides, hydrogen sulfide, chlorofluorocarbons. And we have also studied particulates, what is meant by particulates, and pesticides, and sources of air pollutants through human activity and through natural sources we have studied in this video. And next we are going to study adverse effect of air pollutants. Thank you.